Welcome to Thursday, April 17th, Critical Thinking Thursday. Buckle up, we have a long one. You know what's challenging these days? Having thoughtful discussions. So what happens is people devolve into constructing strawman versions of their opponent's argument and then heroically destroying that. But that wasn't their argument. It was a made-up version, easier to attack, like knocking down a scarecrow, claiming you want to fight. The strawman fallacy is our topic for the day, and it is when someone misrepresents or oversimplifies another person's position and then refutes that instead of the actual point. So a quick example. Person says, we should have some regulations on AI development. Person B says, you want to stop progress and send us back to the Stone Ages? Nice try. But that wasn't the argument. So why do people do this? Because it's easier to torch a fake argument than to wrestle with the real one. But that shortcut burns more than straw. It torches trust, clarity, and good thinking. So why does this show up so frequently in really smart people? We got several reasons. One, it's easier. Engaging with someone's actual position requires careful listening, a nuanced understanding, intellectual humility, imagine that, and let's be honest, that's exhausting, especially in a heated discussion. So instead of doing the mental heavy lifting and research, we reach for the featherweight version and do the straw man. Number two, it's a genuine misunderstanding. Sometimes it's not malicious, it's just a comprehension failure. The other person might oversimplify what they heard or filter the argument through their own biases and miss key nuances in the language or the tone. So the straw man isn't deliberate, it's just an inaccurate reflection caused by the poor listening or cognitive shortcuts that we all fall into. Number three, the nefarious version, manipulation. And this is where it gets shady. People intentionally misrepresent an opponent's view to try to score cheap points with their own followers, rally their audience, create a false moral high ground. A quick example here. Let's say somebody says, we need better police accountability. The strawman twist, you want to defund the police and let chaos reign. Why does that come up? Because that version is easier to vilify in a soundbite. Number four, why this happens. Defensive psychology. The strawman can be a psychological defense mechanism. When someone feels their worldview threatened, they will reframe the opposing idea into something easier to dismiss to avoid cognitive dissonance. So they attack the enemy to preserve their own feelings. It's a subconscious way of saying, I'm not ready to face the full truth of their argument, so I will attack this other version that doesn't scare me as much. All right, let's spend some time going through examples in a variety of different areas. How about current politics? We need comprehensive background checks for all firearm purchases to reduce gun violence. The strawman. Oh, so you just want to take everyone's guns away and abolish the Second Amendment. So what's really happening here? The first speaker is advocating for regulation, not confiscation, but the responder reframes it as an attack on fundamental rights because it's easier to fight a tyrant than a policy tweak. Classic scarecrow stuffing maneuver. Maybe less contentious issue, dentistry. Argument. I think we should spend more time on diagnostic conversations with patients to ensure they understand their treatment options. The straw man. Oh, so you just want us to talk all day and stop doing dentistry. What's happening? The real suggestion is about improving communication, informed consent, not abandoning productivity. But the counter reduces it to an absurd extreme so they don't have to engage with the discomfort of changing the routine. How about economics? We should increase funding for public schools. So you think money solves everything. You just want to throw cash at the problem without fixing the system. The real point is likely about investing in resources, teacher support, or updated curricula, not blindly funneling money into a broken pipeline. But nuance doesn't win debates on your 24-hour news stream. How about psychology? It's important to prioritize mental health, even if that means taking a day off. Oh, wow. So now we're just supposed to skip work every time we feel a little stressed? Society's getting too soft. No, they're not saying we should nap through our responsibilities. They're advocating for sustainable functioning over burnout, but framing it as laziness is easier to mock. How about the environment? We need to reduce fossil fuel usage and invest in clean energy. Oh, so you want to ban cars and force everyone to live like it's the 1800s. The push is towards sustainable innovation, not ox carts and candlelight, but the straw man paints the arguer as an extremist to dodge the uncomfortable truth. Change is hard. And how about, while we're at it, one more area of contentious debate. Vaccines are a vital tool in preventing the spread of disease. So now you're saying anyone who questions anything about vaccines is anti-science. Nope. Being critical isn't the issue. Willful distortion of data is. But the straw man flips the script to make basic science sound like dogma. So before you set fire to someone's position, ask, is that what they actually said? Have I summarized their argument fairly? Would they agree with my restatement? If not, drop the match. Let's all try to be better thinkers. Let's debate actual ideas, not straw-filled caricatures of the idea. Because when you fight fair, everyone can learn something, even if you disagree. Keep questioning, creating, and inspiring. I'll see you tomorrow.